Robert's distant cousin arrived in the village last month after discovering Charity Dingle by a lakeside, overwhelmed by the burden of her secrets involving Dr. Todd and baby Layla. Showing compassion, Serena encouraged Charity to report Caitlin's blackmail to the police, convincing her it was the right decision. After they said goodbye, Serena got into her car and entered Emmerdale into her sat-nav. Since then, Serena has rebuilt her connection with Robert and Sarah Sugden, while also settling into village life and making friends with other locals. However, one resident appears to recognize her from somewhere. Outside the pub last week, Kev Townsend was certain he had seen Serena before, but couldn't remember where. Serena quickly denied knowing him and hurried inside, but Kev wasn't prepared to forget about it. During a later visit to the Woolpack, Kev confronted Serena again, claiming he had finally remembered who she was. He insisted that she had once worked as a prison officer. Serena immediately rejected the accusation, although she also made it clear that she wanted the subject dropped and hoped they would not discuss it again. Now that Serena has accepted Robert's invitation to move into Emmerdale Farm permanently, avoiding Kev in the future may prove impossible. The difficulty is that Kev has a history of deceiving people. Shortly after arriving in the village, he was exposed for lying to Robert about a serious health condition. That raises the question of why he would invent such a story about Serena. So is Kev genuinely telling the truth, or is there another reason the pair seem to recognize each other? Emmerdale is set to deliver another dramatic week, as Vanessa Woodfield and Chas Dingle are both forced to confront major revelations involving the people closest to them. For Vanessa, events take a worrying turn when Detective Sergeant Reid arrives with unexpected questions. The visit leaves the village vet stunned as she learns that a serious complaint has been made against Dr. Todd. The detective explains that, because Vanessa previously had a relationship with Caitlin, she may be able to assist with the investigation. The unexpected news leaves Vanessa reeling, as she had no idea anything had happened. Completely blindsided, Vanessa struggles to understand why the police are suddenly interested in Caitlin. She desperately wants to know what the allegations involve, and fears there is far more to the story than she has been told. Her anxiety only grows when Mackenzie Boyd contacts her in a panic. He reveals that Charity has disappeared, leaving everyone increasingly concerned about where she might be and whether she is safe. Unknown to Vanessa and the rest of the village, Charity has chosen to attend a support group for survivors of rape. She hopes speaking with others who have experienced similar trauma will help her begin to cope with the devastating events that have turned her life upside down. Despite taking that important step, Charity is still carrying an enormous emotional burden. Alongside her personal trauma, she is desperately trying to keep another explosive secret from tearing her family apart. Meanwhile, Chas is left stunned after discovering that Mackenzie knows Ross is the biological father of baby Layla. The revelation leaves her fearing the consequences if the truth spreads any further. Determined to protect Sarah Sugden from learning the heartbreaking reality, Chas agrees to stand by Charity and help keep the secret hidden for as long as possible. Together, they begin discussing how they can stop the truth from emerging, knowing the fallout could be devastating for everyone involved. As pressure continues to build, another unexpected twist threatens to change everything. Charity's eldest son, Noah, starts considering a fresh start overseas, unaware of the emotional turmoil surrounding his family. Noah has no idea that his mother is fighting the biggest battle of her life, nor does he realize that a life-changing secret is on the verge of being exposed. If he decides to leave the country, he could avoid the inevitable chaos that seems destined to engulf the Dingles once the truth finally comes out. With so many secrets, lies, and emotional conflicts colliding, viewers are left wondering whether Vanessa will become a key figure in the investigation into Dr. Todd. As someone who knew Caitlin personally, she could hold information that proves vital as the police continue their inquiries. Adding even more intrigue to the storyline, Emmerdale previously aired a dramatic flash-forward scene revealing Dr. Todd's lifeless body. confirming that the villain's downfall is only a matter of time. However, the soap has yet to reveal exactly when Caitlin will die or who will be responsible. The mystery has already sparked intense speculation among viewers, with many believing her long list of enemies gives several residents a motive for revenge. As the investigation gathers pace and long-buried secrets edge closer to the surface, the coming episodes promise plenty of suspense, emotional confrontations, and shocking twists. The biggest question now is whether Dr. Todd's fate is sealed by an accident, or whether someone in the village decides to take justice into their own hands. Emmerdale is preparing to air one of its most dramatic confrontations yet, as Mackenzie Boyd's bottled-up anger finally explodes, leaving Ross Barton in grave danger. Mac's life was turned upside down after Charity Dingle admitted the truth about her past. She confessed that she had slept with Ross during their marriage, resulting in the birth of baby Layla, whose true parentage has remained a closely guarded secret. As if that revelation wasn't devastating enough, Charity also revealed the horrific ordeal she suffered at the hands of Dr. Caitlin Todd, explaining that she had been blackmailed before becoming the victim of a sexual assault. Despite the heartbreak caused by Charity's confession, Mac has chosen to put his own feelings aside in order to support her, while the police investigation into Caitlin continues. Although Mac is standing firmly beside his wife, the emotional damage caused by her revelations has not disappeared. Instead, he is burying his pain while trying to protect Charity from further trauma. Speaking about the couple's fragile relationship, Lawrence Robb explained that Mac has had almost no opportunity to process everything that has happened. Rather than confronting his own emotions, he immediately focused on helping Charity through her crisis. He also suggested that the couple may simply be papering over the cracks for now, warning that unresolved feelings could easily resurface in the future. According to the actor, another major problem remains the fact that Sarah Sugden and Jacob still have no idea that Ross is Layla's biological father. The longer the secret stays hidden, the greater the consequences are likely to be when the truth eventually comes out, making it only a matter of time before the situation spirals out of control. While Mac has tried to remain calm, one relationship has become impossible for him to ignore. His friendship with Ross has been shattered, and every interaction between them now serves as a painful reminder of the betrayal. Lawrence explained that Mac feels deeply hurt because he had started to see Ross as a genuine friend. Discovering that Ross had known the truth about Layla all along has left him feeling deceived, even if he can better understand Charity's reasons for keeping the secret. According to the actor, Mac's anger is directed less at the affair itself and more at the fact that Ross secretly fathered Layla while allowing Mac to continue living a lie. Unable to suppress his emotions any longer, Mac reaches breaking point during next week's episodes. Determined to confront Ross away from prying eyes, Mac persuades him to meet at a barn on Emmerdale Farm under the pretense of needing help with a job. Believing nothing is wrong, Ross agrees to lend a hand. However, it quickly becomes obvious that Mac doesn't really require any assistance. A newly released spoiler clip shows Ross becoming increasingly suspicious as Mac awkwardly asks him to move a few bags, despite appearing perfectly capable of doing the work himself. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with new episodes available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.